Folks, so coming back at you again from Mach Speed Hobbies. Today we've got the new Traxxas HOSS as well. We had two new releases come in today. This one's hot off the truck as well. This is their new four-wheel drive monster truck from Traxxas. They just dropped this just very recently, so it was a very short amount of time from the time that they announced it to the time that we already have one in stock. So we're going to unbox this thing. Looks like we've got the green and blue one here, which is actually probably my color choice anyway. There is also an orange and purple one coming out. They have some really cool bling, some really heavy duty looking wheels, and the new Sledgehammer high grip tires on them. You'll see some similarities with this truck from the others that Traxxas has come out with, but there are some key differences, and we'll go over that too. Okay, so one of the first things that's different about this truck is the new Valenian system is this new 540XL that they've come out with. This is a long can version, so it's a lot torquier than their typical 3500 kV VXL system that they've been putting in, like the Rustler 4x4 / 4x4s and so on and so forth. This is a new VXL 3S waterproof ESC that comes with a fan, so they're taking care of you on the overheating issues on that. Obviously the motor, it's a big long can, so you've got plenty of room to do the clip-on fans if you wanted to add an extra fan to it. Now you're going to see some playoffs of the Rustler 4x4, and I hate to say it, it's a little warmed over from that, but you have a heavier duty center differential system in that transmission case rather than the typical slipper pad style setup on your spur gear right here. You'll see that it's actually got a torque biasing center drive. Now I've long touted the center drive, or the center torque biasing differential, as being a really great upgrade for guys that are driving /4x4s and the Rustler 4x4 if they're looking for better handling. It helps prevent excessive wheeling, like uncontrollable wheeling, when you have so much power on tap like this Valenian system. The truck does, however, come with a built-in wheelie bar, which is nice. They've got newer, heavier duty front and rear bumpers. It's got a new forward location on the radio box here. And kind of a, you'll see right here, kind of a X-Max looking bumper, so a lot heavier duty bumper than we've seen on the previous versions. You do kind of have some Nerf bars here as well. They've gone to like this honeycomb style chassis on it that's kind of reminiscent of the Rustler 4x4, but this is not a Rustler 4x4 chassis. Also, the drive shaft sits a lot lower. You'll notice, like in the Rustler 4x4s, your drive shaft is like literally out in the air. This one is recessed down. It's more like the way the /4x4s used to be, where it's actually down lower and has a dust cover over the top of it, so you're not getting trash in there, rocks tearing up your aluminum drive shaft, which we have seen in the past. Just things get wrapped around in it, and it just damages it over time, but that's going to keep it looking fresh. It looks to me like you've got the same A-arms, and we'll get into that too, as the Rustler 4x4, and probably the same drive shaft, so you've got the reinforced drive shafts. Looks like the shocks are the same as they've always been too. So let's get this thing cut open. Let's drag her out of the box. Okay, so the manual and parts bag, which the parts bag just pretty much consists of your spring jacks and your extra shock pistons for different dampening rates on it, extra stickers, and your small complement of tools that they give you. This almost doesn't even need to be mentioned because it is just par for course for them. That's exactly what they always put in nearly every kit they make. So anyway, boom, there's the truck. Now this one went to the clipless body, so it's not the pins like the old I was very I was very upfront with the guys at Traxxas, like, is this, please don't tell me this is going to be another warmed over, you know, Stampede 4x4 or something like that. And it's not. It's not the pin-on style body. You've got the clipless style like the X-Max, the Max, and the Rustler 4x4s used, and the E-Revo, all of them. It's got the reinforced rear deck and inner roll cage in the body. And this one, unlike the Rustler, you've got a really nice big front clip area. So watch this. This one's a lot easier to get actually engaged on that front clip than the Rustler 4x4 used to be. So you pretty much immediately get it engaged. You don't have to do any you know, fancy footwork to get that thing to go on there. It's more on par of like how easy it is to put the X-Max body on, pretty much one-handed once you know what you're doing with it. I just did it with just one hand and comes right off. There's no, if anybody's had a Rustler 4x4, they know how difficult it is to actually yank that body off of that front clip and how difficult it is to put it back in. And this one does not exhibit that at all. Now, one thing I'll notice here is they've really upped the gauge on their wire connectors here. I mean, that's like 8-scale gauge. Gold-plated bullet connectors there. The motor is absolutely massive. Physically, it's the same diameter, but the can length is way longer. I mean, I would say it's probably, I would probably say that is a good inch, 3/4 inch longer, something like that. And it does look to be, like I said, a similar setup to the Rustler 4x4 as far as like this little cover area right here. But it can't be the exact same. It has to be different for two reasons. This is a little bit different profile, and that drive shaft, like I said, sits a lot lower. This is a different chassis. It may share some of the same design qualities, but it is a different chassis for sure. You've got different shock towers for sure. They're a lot taller. You'll see they're bigger. The bumper is a lot bigger and beefier. Now, you do have the same old shocks that you're used to, but you know, Traxxas makes a good shock, so we're not disappointed there at all. This has got the doesn't have progressive rate shocks, which I actually have a lot of guys say they don't like the progressive rate. They actually like the constant rate like these have. Just as suspected, you'll see the universals are the heavier duty ones that you found on the Rustler 4x4. It's got Rustler 4x4 cold weather, high strength, high durability A-arms. So these don't have the brittleness of the older versions. This one right out of the box also has, you'll see it's got all the metal links. The steering setup is pretty much the same as the Rustlers and the slash 4x4s. It's got, you know, a nice center, or excuse me, a nice ground clearance too. You'll see how it angles up to the chassis so that you're getting more breakover clearance as well. So off-road capability should be better on this truck than any of their other 4x4s, better than the Rustler 4x4, better than the Traxxas slash 4x4 as well. Suspension feels as prescribed. And the you do have these little Nerf bars that kind of capture the body too, so they kind of help protect the body from being torn away from the chassis. They have gone to this new clip style system for the battery. This can be flipped over for a thick style battery as well. But this makes it really easy to get your batteries in and out. You can run up to a 3-cell battery on this setup. Really like the new tires too. These are the brand new high grip sledgehammers. I think that the wheels are just really killer. It's a really nice spoke design, really reminiscent of some of the off-road wheels and tire combinations that you'll see on some of the modern day trucks. Got some bling there with the black chrome. All in all, I mean, the truck is a real looker. Okay, but to sum this truck up, I mean, it's a big 10 scale truck. It's got a much better stance, and it just looks to be a big truck. I mean, to me, it looks as big as the Max. It's a lot lighter. I mean, I fully expect this thing to have a better quote unquote power to weight ratio than the Max. I would, definitely going to use less expensive batteries at, a 2 or 3 cell setup on this thing. And to be able to do 60 miles an hour, this thing's going to be radical. You should be able to have all the torque to do wheelies on command, run high speed runs, bash through any kind of terrain, do stunts, backflips, front flips, and just be able to take what you throw at it. I think it's going to be a great product. The price point on this is going to be about $469.95. So if you guys want to pre-order these, we're going ahead and taking orders now. If you want one from the first delivery, you're definitely going to want to put your orders in now. These are going to sell out on pre-order. So give us a call. And if you like these videos, again, don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. We love to bring you new content. The more subscribers we get, the easier it is to do for you guys. We always want to bring you the best content possible. And we appreciate you watching us. Thanks and have a great day.